So in today's video, we'll be going over what is the best place to farm out of all 4 places in the career mode. I've taken a look at each one individually and then had a play to see how much rep I could get and what it's like playing in last stand in that area and seeing whether it's good or not, or whether it's even viable to even play in this place. I am comparing these to the desert, and the desert is the most efficient place and the best place to farm rep and items, so comparing it to every other area or ones that other people have access to, because there's a handful of people that don't have access to Career Plus. So I'm going to be comparing each of the career mode areas to the desert and seeing whether it's actually worth it, or whether it's worth it to just get Career Plus and play from there. How bad is it everywhere else in Descenders to farm? It's got to be a lot harder. The terrain's not built for it. You can't just flip constantly, and it's going to be 10 times slower. I really want to see. I will put myself in last stand. We'll make it fair, right? I just want the environment. The only thing is, I'm obviously not as good in this area as I would be somewhere else, so hopefully hopefully, yeah, I don't bail, but hopefully it actually goes good. Right, we're going to do as many big tricks as possible. We're going to look for... Yep, that was the end of it. Well done. Okay, very cool. Didn't jump at all. I have no idea why you didn't jump. What is your problem? I'm so plugging in the controller just so I can quick bail. It is so frustrating not being able to do it, because it is so unbelievably slow having to jump up in the air and flip over. I know it's like the tiniest thing, but when you can just do this, it's so much faster. You don't even have to think about it, and that's what I like. Right, no more controller. It's back on the keyboard. As you can see, I do have the keyboard overlay on. Right, let's actually do this. Right, big drops are going to be a bit more of an issue. Landing this, not an issue. Right, we've got 500 reps so far. There's not really much you can do. In the flat bits, you really can't do anything at all. I don't even know how long it will take me to get 50k. We'll test it out, have a see, and then see what happens. Get another trick in here. I think it's very, very dependent on how many ramps are in the node is kind of a big problem. Although having fakie balance would make it quite easy, although there are rocks and stuff everywhere. But you would actually be able to ride around in fakie and be fine. You will have to do a lot of 360 front flips and back flips just because they're the trick that gives the most points, because it's a combination of 2 and it's like the harder one, I suppose you could say. Right, first node, what did we get? 3,330 rep. That's not amazing. We do have fakie balance on our side, and we do have a fakie node somehow. Don't get how our RNG is this good, but I will take it. Right, how is fakieing inside of this area? Right, we can get into fakie. Don't fall over. Good. Right, I guess I'm going to go follow the path. I can't exactly respawn anywhere. I'll try and only go through the first flag. I don't know what sort of rep you would get at the bottom of this, because I obviously don't know how far we have to go, and it's going to go uphill. And one steepness here is not the same as one steepness somewhere else, so this could be quite a bit of an issue. There's 5k, and we have stopped, so we will have to turn around and, you know, go back to doing that in a second. Okay, cool. Yep. If I was on controller, I would have popped out of the wheelie into fakie, but I'm just not comfortable with that movement like that. Yeah, this is really tough because one steepness is actually just flat. So, yeah, this is a bit of a problem. Wasn't too bad. 11,000. It was rather slow, and it's not very efficient, but 11,000 is not bad. I'll try again, see what else we get if we did a, going again, and see what that works out to. It's obviously a lot different, and it's not really what I want it to be like. I want to be farming way more efficiently. I'm halfway down the trail, and I hadn't even jumped yet to get my 3 times, so that's definitely not as good as it is in the desert. I think fakie balance and wheeling is really what's going to be on your side here. Because there's 0 steepness whatsoever, it makes it very hard to even collect any rep at all. I'll try a different node. That's not too bad. We are on last stand. We did get 20k out of the node. It's not amazing, but we are 3 minutes into the run, which means we would almost be done by now. If we had a 50k run, we would probably be over in the desert already, especially if we had fakie balance like this. But we do get a lot of perks. I'll take that, I guess. Oh, okay. We do have the option of having sponsor tracks, which is a good thing. It's a very, very good thing. And I think what I could do is use a kinetic node and go into fakie. Obviously choose an enemy node if you're not, well, to be fair, don't farm in here in the first place because it's not efficient at all. But I want to show you how inefficient it is. Although these are very steep, these aren't very curvy, so I can keep myself in a straight line and actually, you know, keep some speed, maybe even some high speed rep. I am spamming brake as much as possible to slow down because I want to be able to manage my speed, because if I don't, then I won't be able to turn. The only thing is I will have to go through all of these flags. I say that there's no curves. What is this, like, S-bend? Why have we got a chicane in the middle of a kinetic node? This would definitely kill if you weren't careful. Okay, I can dodge this. No, I can't dodge that. Okay, never mind. This is what I mean. It is so inefficient that it is not worth it at all. 4 minutes and we only got 25k rep. That is terrible. The only thing you can take to your advantage in the forest is sliding absolutely everywhere. This is going to be the only way that we can get the tiniest bit of rep. I don't even think high speed would even be worth it around here. Can't wait to get onto the peaks, because that's probably the only viable area that actually does work. The only problem is last stand is very, very dangerous. But look, there's just nowhere to get rep. Nowhere at all. Even if you went off track, like I can do a flip here, but that's about the most I'm going to get out of it. Oh, maybe a little 360 here. Won't be able to get a knack in or anything though. But oh my god, it is so much different. It's so completely different and definitely doesn't work at all. So this is what I mean when I say use the desert, because it will actually help you out. Wow, you landed it for once. Well done. 2,500 rep. Not as good as the Highlands, that's for sure, because there was way less ramps and nowhere to even get any rep at all. I don't even think I saw a ramp the whole way down. I'm using an enemy node to my advantage here to actually get some ramps in the level for once. Oh my god. Why does it not spawn any? Although we could pull off some like 720s, they're not really that useful, and doing them wrong really is a bad thing. So I'm actually just gonna, you know, retake this jump. Get a little 360 backflip in there. Oh, very close to the floor. 800 rep only. I am sliding to manage my speed and get a bit of rep. It is obviously not the way to go. If you need to brake, do brake. Don't just start sliding instead just because it gives you points. But oh my god. This is a bit better. So far we have a total of 4 ramps. This is number 5. So still not very good at all. Had to just throw a front flip in there. Wow, that's an enemy node. You call 5 ramps an enemy node? Are you serious? That is not good at all. Never mind. I don't want to be here anyway, because it is bad. It is terrible in this area. 2 minutes and 7,000 rep. That's awful. Being in last stand definitely ruins any potential of doing anything. That's what I mean by you can do tricks anywhere in the canyons. There's little bits like this that allow you to just do a little 360 or a backflip. Obviously don't ever trick on this thing because it won't do anything for you. You can do a backflip, but don't chuck any tricks in there. By tricks I mean, you know, the actual trick button. Don't do any of that because it really isn't going to help you. Okay, tabletopped. A mini boss jump. How much rep will you give me for doing something on it? Oh, quite a decent chunk actually. Oh, quite a very decent chunk. Okay, thank you very much. And a sponsor task. Not really relevant, but I'll take it. See, this is what I mean. In this area, there's a lot of rep to be given. Oh, a double backy. I could probably do it, but I don't need the rep. I need the rep, actually. I don't need the life. That's the thing. Right, the canyon so far is the best first node. That's 6,000 rep, or 5,000 in one node. So if you had all HP, cut that in half, so 2,500. But you would get 5,000 rep on 4 lives if you did a farming run in the desert. That's for sure though. All of these really useless. Thank you. You didn't jump. Absolutely lovely. You know, if you're on controller you would have actually made it there. Right, this is the area where high speed rep comes into play, and very well, especially if you've got 3 times. I don't know why I'm holding this stoppy so long, but I'll take it. That was cool. That was really cool. But high speed rep here is where the rep is at. This is probably the only other good farming area inside of Descenders because of how much rep you just get off of high speed alone. You don't really have to do anything but ride and just keep yourself at a certain pace and you'll actually be fine. A lot of the track is actually quite smooth and rather good actually. Just going to handbrake turn through here. But 5k and I didn't have any... This is literally the first node, so 5,000 rep here. Very good. And I didn't completely fail on the first one. Right, I'm going to take this one because it's steep, has no curves, and has no stunts. So hopefully we can just go in a straight line really, really quick and grab a load of rep while we're at it. Here comes the steepness. Oh, okay. It's a smooth, steep area. Okay, we're going to slow a little bit because I didn't know what was over the hill. Going to jump, get some 2 times in there, slow down a little because obviously you still want to go fast but not too quick. Jump again. Okay, I thought I would get the thing 3 times. Here we go. Here comes the good rep. Got to keep the speed up, but not too much. And this node is actually quite short. Okay, never mind. But I'll take the 2,500 rep that you will give me out of this. I know it's a little bit more, but I'll still take it. That is very good. Very easy way to get rep. If you're ever struggling, you just want to ride along and get rep, this is the place to go. So onto rating each area individually, I would say the Highlands and the Peaks are the 2 best areas, but the Highlands, I would say, is probably the one that a lot of people are going to have access to, first of all, and it's also going to be the area where a lot of people are going to find it easier to get that sort of rep. So I would rate this at least a 4 out of 5. I mean, it's not on the level that the desert is, but obviously I can't just rate everything a 1 because it's not going to be as consistent as the desert is, because all of the nodes are always going to be completely different. The desert allows you to just pull off 10,000 rep consistently on every single node just because how they generate is pretty much the same every time. The forest has got to be the worst area in the game overall. It just does not have anything going for it. Everybody hates the trees, but I especially hate the trail. There is absolutely no ramps, absolutely none at all. There's nowhere to do tricks, nowhere to get rep. I guess it's an area, if you like riding realistically, go there. But if you want items, definitely stay clear, because it's just not worth your time whatsoever. I'd give this a 1 out of 5 or just straight up a 0. This is awful, please stay away. Personally, I think the canyon is a great area. It's a whole lot of fun to ride, and especially when you can just do tricks wherever you feel like it, it makes it a whole lot better. Depending on your skill level, it's definitely how much rep you get out of this. If you can ride around comfortably and do tricks off of basically the walls that are just around you, you'll get by. You will get by. Also, getting fakie balance here is also very, very good. On a low steepness node, easy like 10k rep. I'd give the canyon another 4 out of 5, especially if you're at the skill level, but if you're not, definitely I would say a 3 out of 5 just because it's one of the harder areas. The Peaks, I would say, I guess you could give it a 5 out of 5, only because the way that you get rep is very easy. Doing high speed rep is so easy, and it can come into the area of 5,000 to 6,000, especially when you're very good at it. It really does depend on the node more than anything, but this area is also very hard, so I could also give it a 2 out of 10. If you're really not experienced in this area, it's going to be very difficult and you're going to be dying a lot of the time. So it's either a 5 or it's a 2. It's up to you on how you see it, but personally I would say it's a 5, but overall I guess you could give it a 4, or you could even give it a 3. I don't know, it's up to you really. These are just suggestions, and I would say just stick to the desert more than anything, but overall I would say this is probably a 5. Thank you all very much for watching, and thank you very much to my money havers, Andrew, Grim, Luna and Leo. Thank you ever so much for supporting the channel. If you'd like to support the channel as well, the join button is below. Subscribe for more of this stuff, and I'll see you a lot later. Goodbye.